Good morning, everyone. In the previous session of Human Resource Management, I explained about the external sources of recruitment, what are the various types of external sources of recruitment, and then I explained the advantages and the disadvantages of using external source of recruitment. So in this session, I am going to explain about a new topic related to recruitment that is called recruitment procedure. So recruitment procedure simply means a step-by-step process which is necessary in order to make the recruitment process effective and in order to hire right person on the right job at the right time. Okay, for making these things possible, a proper and a good recruitment procedure is necessary. Okay, so as you all know that recruitment is a process of finding and attracting potential candidates and encouraging them to apply for the job in order to fill up those vacant positions in the organization. So that is the basic purpose or meaning of recruitment. In order to achieve this objective, an organization needs to prepare a step-by-step procedure so that the right person will be appointed at the right place. They need to consider various factors before selecting the we can say the source of recruitment, which source of recruitment would be suitable for the organization, by analyzing the nature, the type of business for which the type of job for which they are searching for potential candidates. So everything needs to be kept in mind before preparing the procedure of recruitment. So on the screen you can see the various steps of recruitment procedure. The first one is recruitment planning, and under that only there are around 5 points, that is identifying vacancy, job analysis, job description, job specification, and the last one in the recruitment planning step is job evaluation. These are the following steps after the recruitment planning. So the second step after recruitment planning is recruitment strategy, searching the right candidate, screening or shortlisting, and the last step of recruitment procedure is evaluation and control. So I am going to explain all these points separately in a detailed manner so that all of you can understand what is a recruitment procedure and how these various steps are executed while preparing the procedure. Okay, so as you can see that the first point, that is the first step of the recruitment procedure, is recruitment planning. So first of all we need to plan in terms of what? We need to first analyze what are the various jobs or positions which are vacant, and and we have to describe what type of person is required for each and every job which is vacant, what type of duties, responsibilities, activities are part of each and every job. So every single job which is vacant needs to be analyzed separately and needs to be described properly so that the further steps of recruitment can be prepared. Okay, so as this is the first step of recruitment planning. it includes uh, uh, it includes analysis of job in terms of the skills and knowledge required in order to do a job, what kind of education and experience one person must have to be eligible to do a job, what kind of duties are performed under a job, what kind of surroundings and environment is required in order to make a person comfortable while doing his or her job. So in the planning aspect, in the recruitment planning aspect, first of all we have to understand how many positions are vacant, what type of jobs are vacant. We need to analyze them thoroughly, we need to describe them, we have to analyze and describe them in various sections. So that is the recruitment planning aspect. So the first point under recruitment planning is identification or identifying vacancy. The first point which comes under recruitment planning is, first of all we have to identify the number of jobs which are vacant. That is the first step. So the all the departments of the organization, they make a list of their vacant positions. For example, marketing department has mentioned that they have 5 vacant positions in their department. What is the designation of those positions? and they will submit it to the HR department. So in an organization, they have various departments: finance, HR, R&D. So these departments will first of all make a list of the vacant positions, and they will send it to the HR department. HR department will receive the requisition from these departments of a particular organization, and the HR department will first of all understand how many number of posts are vacant in the entire organization, and then they will understand, they will make sure that how many number of vacancies are there in each and every department. So first of all, every department which has a vacancy need to send a requisition to the HR department in order to fill up that position. So that is the identifying the vacancy, means identification of the vacant position. Okay, now this requisitions contains the details of each and every job, each and every position which is vacant. So what are the various points which needs to be mentioned in the list? That is, first of all, the number of posts, how many number of posts are vacant and they are required to be filled. What are the duties and responsibilities of each and every post, each and every job which is vacant. Now the total number of positions in terms of, for example, in a department there are 5 positions are vacant, 5 posts are vacant. Do they belong to one category, one level of designation, or they belong to different categories? That needs to be mentioned. So the total number of posts need to be identified, and then the number of positions, whether they belong to one category of the job or different categories of the job, it needs to be also mentioned. And the last one is what kind of qualification and experience is required in order to do those jobs. So this list must contain each and every detail about those jobs. How many number of jobs are vacant, what kind of designation is vacant, how many number of job in each designation is vacant, what is the duties and responsibilities of each and every job, and then what kind of qualifications and experience is required in order to do those jobs. So that is the first element of the recruitment planning, and this is the identification of vacancy. First of all, we need to identify what are the various number of jobs which are vacant. Okay, the next step is job analysis. So job analysis is the process of identifying, analyzing and determining the duties, responsibilities, skills, abilities and the work environment of a specific job. So here it is the process of identifying, analyzing and determining the duties and responsibilities, which means under each and every job, what kind of duties are to be performed, what kind of responsibility the job holder will have regarding the job, what kind of power, authority. So these things must be analyzed in a proper manner for each and every job. What kind of skills, ability, knowledge is required in order to perform those duties and responsibilities. These things also are analyzed and determined. Clear? And the last one is work environment of a specific job. Work environment here means what kind of surroundings, what kind of environment is required for a particular job. For example, if a job relating to some kind of creative element, some kind of creative position is vacant in an organization. For creative jobs, they cannot restrict people with limited environment, with limited resources. Creative people, they can get an idea at any point of time. So they need a proper environment where they can relax, where they can think about various ideas, various perspectives. So they need such kind of environment. So for creative kind of jobs, different kind of work environment is required. And for where for example, for factory jobs where units are created, products are created, processing takes place from work in progress to finished goods. So they need a different kind of work environment. So for each and every kind of job, a different kind of work environment is required. And this job analysis actually determines and analyzes what kind of job environment is required for a specific job. That is the that is the process of job analysis. Okay, the next point here says that it helps in identifying what a job demands, what an employee must possess in performing a job productively. So the second aspect of job analysis, it simply identifies what is the demand of the job. Demand in terms of what kind of qualities, what kind of abilities, what kind of potentials and talents are required in order to do a job. That is the demand of the job. A particular job requires a particular type of person, and if that type of person is not hired on the job, the performance won't be productive. So in order to make the performance of a job more and more productive, they need to understand what is the requirement of the job, what is the demand of the job. They need to understand what kind of qualities a candidate must possess in order to perform the job more productively and more efficiently. Okay, so these are the things which come under job analysis. Okay, so after job analysis, the second point under recruitment planning is job description. So in this job description, the job is properly and analyzed in a detailed manner in terms of job roles, responsibilities and positioning of the job in the organization. It simply means that what is the position of a job in the organizational hierarchy. What is the position, whether it is a part of a top level job, middle level job or a lower level job. What is the contribution of the job towards the organization? That is the role. What kind of a role a job plays within the organization? So that needs to be properly determined. And after that only we can actually find out which kind of person will be suitable for that. So here in job description, detailed analysis of a job is done in terms of its role, in terms what are the responsibilities and duties a job has, and what is the position, what is the positioning of the job in the organization. That needs to be determined. So these type of data gives a clear idea what kind of employee must, what kind of activities an employee must do to meet the requirement of his or her job responsibilities. So in order to perform a job, in order to do various activities, first of all you need to understand what is the requirement of the job. How crucial is your job towards the organization? What kind of position what kind of position you are within the organization. So after understanding the details of the job, the employees will come to understand to what extent they have to perform in order to become suitable for the job, in order to meet the requirements of the job. So that it not only describes about the requirements of the job, but with this data it also helps in understanding what type of employee must what qualities or what potential one must have in order to fulfill the requirement of the job. Okay, so that is the second point of recruitment planning. Okay, so after job description, the next point is job specification. So job specification focuses on the specifications of the candidates who are going to be hired by the HR department or by the organization. So here specification simply means that what are the qualities, what are the potentials, what are the capabilities, what are the education qualification one must have in order to fulfill the requirement of the job. That needs to be determined. So first of all, what is the first activity done under job specification? A list of all jobs in the organization is prepared, and its location means what are the various types of jobs which are vacant in the organization, and what is the location of the job in the organizational hierarchy. Details regarding that needs to be collected. After that only the organization can find out what are the qualities and skills required in order to fulfill the requirement of each and every job. So they have to make a list of all the vacant positions, what is the position of each and every job in the organizational hierarchy, and They can also generate information about each and every job. So here one most important thing is that they have to decide the specification, job specification, by understanding each and every job separately. So in for example, they have clearly analyzed, completely analyzed a particular kind of job, and they have decided that by going through the details of this job, we can actually understand what types of duties and responsibilities are part of this job, and these many qualities a person must have in order to do the job. But the same qualities may not be sufficient for doing another job. So here what they have to do, they have to analyze each and every job separately to understand what is the requirement of each job, so that they can clearly understand what type of person is required for different types of jobs. So that is the most important part. After understanding the job, that is the job description part, after understanding about each and every job, now we have to understand what type of person is required, what type of person is required in terms of what kind of qualities, skills and knowledge, abilities one must have in order to fulfill the requirement of the job. So this information can be collected only after understanding each and every job separately. So that is the job specification. Okay. And the last part of recruitment planning is job evaluation. So before job evaluation, we have understood how a job is analyzed, what are the various duties and responsibilities each and every job has, what kind of skills and knowledge required to do these particular jobs. Now we have to find out, now we have to evaluate what is the worth of the job, the monetary value of the job. So here what happens, it is a comparative process of analyzing, assessing and determining the relative value of a job. Means what type of salary, what should be the amount of salary for each and every job, and this decision needs to be taken by understanding the various elements of the job, that is the each and every duty which comes under the job, the requirement and specifications of the employee. After going through that only, the value of the job can be fixed. Now they have to also keep in mind that what is the position of the job in the organization. So if a job belongs to belongs to a top level position, then the salary, then the other benefits needs to be higher than the middle level jobs. So that is the job evaluation. They try to find out the worth of a job, value of the job in terms of money, in terms of non-monetary also, and what is the relation what is the relation of one job with the other jobs. They need to find out also, because it is a comparative process. They compare each and every job with other jobs, so that there won't be any mistake in fixing the value of the job. Clear? So this is the last point of recruitment planning. Okay. So the second step in the recruitment procedure is recruitment strategy. Okay. So in this step, a strategy is prepared. A strategy is prepared for hiring the employees, for deciding the or selecting the which source of recruitment needs to be used. Okay. So first of all, what happens in the previous step, as we came to know about the job, the position of the job, the value of the job, each and every element of the job. And after deciding that, after determining that, the second point is recruitment strategy. Means here we have to execute, we have to make a plan regarding the source of recruitment. We have understood what kind of employees are required in our organization. Now we have to select the source which is the most suitable source for recruitment. So after understanding different types of job, they select the sources of recruitment. For example, if they want someone in the higher position, so what is the best source of recruitment? They can hire someone from within the organization by using the promotion source or using promotion technique. Because a high position job requires experience, requires proper understanding of the organization, requires a level of maturity, And the person also needs to be comfortable with the environment. The person needs to understand the employees who are already working in the organization. So it might be a better option for the organization to select someone within the organization. So they can promote someone to a higher position, or they can transfer someone to that position. So that source can be used. So whatever source is selected for a job, they need to first of all understand the type of job, the importance of the job, the what kind of role the job plays in the organization, and then select the source. So usually what happens, organization when they want to hire uh, in the like initial stages of the job, they go for campus recruitment. They hire people direct from the college. When they complete their education, they join the organization. So these people are hired so that the organization can shape these new candidates in the way the organization want. These people are more enthusiastic. They bring energy, a fresh energy to the organization. But these freshers are not considered for a higher level kind of job. Okay. So according to the type of job, the source of recruitment is decided. So after deciding the source of recruitment, they find out, means there are various types of sources also, which specific source will be suitable for a specific kind of job. So that is determined under this step. Okay. So here they, after deciding or selecting the source of recruitment, they also prepare a strategy regarding how to contact these potential candidates, how to advertise about their vacancies, how to inform these people about the vacancies, how to encourage the potential candidates to apply for the job. So this is the strategy, the method they use for communicating to the potential candidates or making them aware about the vacant job. So this kind of strategy is prepared in recruitment strategy. Okay. The next point is searching the right candidates. Okay. Now here it says that the resources are used depending upon the requirement of the job. Like I said, they need to they need to understand the type of job before selecting the source, which source will be suitable, which source will be suitable for finding such kind of people, from what kind of source suitable candidates can be found out. So in this process, they search for right kind of candidates. They attract job seekers for the vacancies. They create a awareness about the job. They inform the they inform the right kind of potential candidate to apply for the job. So even after selection of the source, they have to make sure that the potential candidates are aware about the job. The potential candidates have actual information about the job, about the organization. So that is the process of searching the right kind of candidate. Their information needs to reach to the right kind of candidate, and what medium they use to approach the candidate is decided. Okay. And the next step here is screening or shortlisting. So whenever there is a vacant position and whenever the potential candidates get the information about those positions, they apply for the job. Now, there are many people who may not be suitable for the job, who are unemployed, but they want some kind of job, whether they are suitable or not, whether they are qualified or not. So people, whoever wants to get a job in a particular company, they apply for the job without even understanding the criteria, without even understanding the eligibility, without even understanding whether they are eligible for applying for the job or not. So when the people get aware about a particular vacancy, many large number of people apply for the job, and the organization gets a large number of applications. So there are chances that some of the applications are not at all, or some of the people are not at all eligible to apply for the job. For example, a certain company has a criteria that the candidates who have scored less than 65% in plus two, or in graduation, or in post graduation, cannot apply for the job. And there are many candidates who have achieved who have scored less than 65% and they have still applied for the job. So these applications will be rejected. So this screening or shortlisting actually filters the applications of the candidates so that the selection process can take place. So when these filtering does not take place, what happens? Large number of people will go to the selection process. We have to go through the we have to take them through the selection process, and it will waste a large amount of money, it will waste time, and it will also waste energy, because there are many candidates who are not eligible. There are many candidates who are not even qualified, maybe underqualified or overqualified for the job. So they all will go to the selection process, and this will lead to even delay in the process of selection someone for a job. So screening and listing actually filters the applications, selects those selects those candidates who have fulfilled the criteria in terms of eligibility, in terms of experience, in terms of education qualification. So only those applications will be selected and they will move further ahead in the selection process. Okay. So all the irrelevant, unqualified, underqualified, overqualified applicants or applications would be removed. Okay. So this is the process. This is the third step of screening and shortlisting. Okay. Uh, Sorry, the fourth step of screening and shortlisting. The last step is evaluation and control. This is the last step in the process of recruitment. Okay. So first of all, every process or every method which is used by any organization, whether it is related to recruitment, training, planning, whatever methods and whatever techniques they use, it needs to be properly evaluated. Why evaluation is necessary? So they can find out the positive aspects of a particular procedure as well as find out the drawbacks of a particular procedure. So next time when they create a plan, they may not make mistake, they should not repeat the mistake again. So for that reason, evaluation and control becomes very necessary for every type of procedure, every type of method which is used. So this is the last step in the recruitment procedure. Here it simply says that in this step the effectiveness and validity of these methods are assessed. So whatever sources of recruitment are selected, what is the method used for approaching the candidates, encouraging the candidates to apply for the job, what type of strategy is prepared, all these things are properly analyzed and evaluated to find out whether these strategies, these sources have been effective for the organization or not, or are there any different ways or strategies which could have been used to make the recruitment process more effective. So it needs to be properly evaluated by going through the results of the recruitment procedure, that is the type of candidate they have hired, and if they have hired and selected the type of candidate which are required by the organization, then it will prove the validity and effectiveness of the procedure. But if wrong candidates are hired, if candidates are hired who does not possess the quality for doing a particular job, then it will reflect that the procedure, the recruitment procedure needs improvement, needs changes. So the next time when they prepare a recruitment procedure, they make necessary modifications and changes. Okay. So this is the evaluation aspect. So the procedure needs to be properly evaluated for the purpose of effective control. So controlling, what is the controlling aspect? Controlling means reducing the number of mistakes. Once you have committed a mistake, you need to understand about the mistake so that you won't repeat it again in future. That is also done in each and every procedure. They evaluate, they find out the effectiveness, they also find out the loopholes or drawbacks or mistakes done during the recruitment process, during the planning, preparation of the strategy, even the use of source, the selection of source of recruitment. they find out the mistakes, the minor problems, so that in the next phase, in the next time when they prepare a recruitment procedure, they get rid of all those drawbacks and limitations. So that is the controlling aspect. Controlling means controlling the mistakes, controlling the drawbacks, controlling the limitations, so that it won't be repeated again and again. So this is the last step of recruitment procedure. Okay, so these are the various steps which are followed in order to prepare an effective and a suitable recruitment procedure, which will provide the organization with suitable candidates, and these candidates would be eligible and efficient enough to do a particular job. Okay, so this is the last topic related to recruitment. In the next session, I am going to start a new topic which is called selection. And first of all, I am going to explain what is the meaning of selection, what are the various types of definitions regarding selection, and what are the important factors which are needed to be considered in order to prepare a selection procedure. What are the steps, what are the techniques to be used in the selection procedure? In order to understand that, we have to understand what are the factors which affect the selection process. So in the next session, I am going to explain about the selection. So that's it for today. We will meet in the next session. Thank you.